Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Excuse the face, but some of you have been asking for something, and I figured you would excuse this if I showed you this. Hi, buddy. Look how big you are. What do you have? Oh, he doesn't want me to have it. He doesn't want me to have it. He doesn't want me to have it. Hi, baby. Trigger. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll see you at school. Hello again. So I am now in my classroom. Excuse me. So today's vlog is kind of like a part 2 of parent-teacher conferences. So if you missed my vlog from Monday of this week, I kind of just talked about how I run my conferences since this week is conference week. And I just kind of chatted on what I show the parents and what we talk about and all that fun stuff. And then I mentioned that I would be vlogging today, which is Friday, as kind of like a parent-teacher conference reflection. There are a couple things that I am noticing that either I think will help you or things that I want to change for next year. So I thought it would be a fun way to document it here on YouTube. So if you missed the first part of this vlog, I will go ahead and put a card here or link it down below or something so you can check that out. I mentioned in that vlog that this week has been super short. We get out at 11:55, so we're really only here for like 3 hours and 20 minutes. So we can conference at the end of the day. And I also mentioned that the Friday before Thanksgiving break, school got canceled because we were smoked out up here in Northern California. And that Friday, I owed the kids a pajama party, so we are celebrating that today. So right when they walk in, we're gonna start a movie, because like I said, we only have 3 hours with them. And I have a special today, and they go to recess and lunch. So I really only have like an hour and 20 minutes with them, and I have to get a spelling test in there somewhere. So the day itself is going to go really quickly, and it's probably not even worth vlogging most of, to be honest. But I will chat with you guys hopefully a little bit throughout the day. I have a prep time, so I'm gonna start prepping for next week. I could walk you through some of that. And then I only have 2 conferences in the afternoon. I'll be done by 12:30, and then I can, 12:50, and then I can do kind of like a sit down reflection with you guys. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and keep on watching. So if you thought I was kidding, I really wasn't. As you can see, we're not even doing bell work. We're not doing morning meeting today. We're gonna jump right into our movie, and I'll do attendance and lunch count during the movie. And then they go to music, and then they go to recess, then they go to lunch, and we've been eating lunch in the classroom because it's been rainy, and we only have like a 15-minute block. We'll finish the movie during lunch, and then we're gonna take a spelling test, time test, they pack up, and then they go home. So it's a really short, sweet way to end our Friday. And this is something that I will touch on later when I talk about conferences, but I do wanna touch on it now and say conference week is really nice because if people don't show up or you schedule it in a certain way, you have time to get stuff done. So this might be the first week this year where I have next week actually not only planned but prepped. And that's okay that it's this late in the year for me. Oh. So for our pajama / movie party, we just pushed all of the desks out of the way so the kids can lay down. The screen is up there. I told them they could bring a blanket, a pillow, and then 1 stuffed animal, but it had to fit in their backpack. So we're gonna watch The Grinch Stole Christmas. I'm gonna get them, and then I'll check back in with you later on.
Yeah?
Doesn't it seem like a bit much?
This is what Christmas is all about. Don't you feel it? Merry Christmas! Thank you for stopping by.
Hey guys, so the day is over. I know green is not my color. You do not need to tell me that. So the day flew by, literally flew. I barely had enough time to do their spelling test at the end of the day, but that's all right. So I just had my last conference, and overall, conferences went really well. I just quickly kind of want to do a little bit of a reflection in hopes that it will help you guys in your conference endeavors. So, as I've mentioned before, I schedule my conferences for 20 minutes, and we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to schedule conferences. I lay mine out where I stack Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That way Thursday and Friday are very flexible. Not only that, it gives me 2 days to kind of prep, which I really enjoy. So that's kind of the logistics. And then as far as what I talk about is I have the kids do a self-reflection. So that's how I start my conference. We go over report cards. I show a couple of samples of work, and then that's pretty much it. And then I say, do you have any major concerns? So that's the layout of our conferences. So now, there's one big takeaway that I want to share with you. And I think, it's not that I didn't think of it, because when it came up, I had responses and I had ideas. It's just something that I wasn't like necessarily prepared for. And it's kind of unfortunate as to why. So my advice is, and what I'm going to take into consideration for next year, is to always have something for the parents to work on at home with their kids. So what I mean is, if they're struggling in a certain area, have specific activities for them to do to work on with them at home. That's not necessarily where I struggled as much as when my really high kids parents showed up. They said, well, what can I do to further push them? And I was kind of like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. And I think it's my fault to just assume that only the kids who are struggling need support at home. And I think it's really easy as a teacher to kind of overlook the higher kids and just say, oh, they got it, they know this. And that was a big takeaway for me. And I was kind of like, oh, wow, like I wasn't expecting that, but it was really refreshing to hear. And of course, their parents are gonna wanna work with them at home because they've been working with them up until this point. So my advice would be to have something for them to work on. So for me, for example, even though one of my students was really strong in all areas, I said, why don't we have her writing every single night? Just like she's reading 20 minutes every night, if you just wanna ask her, write 3 sentences about what you read. That way she's getting writing practice throughout every single night. Or something as simple as, we are really, really focusing on multiplication right now, so just make sure she's practicing her flashcards 3 times a night. And if she masters everything, come to me and I can see if there's anything I can pull for her. Just making sure that the parents have something. I think it's hard as a teacher because we just kind of assume that the parents are gonna know what to do with their kids. And a lot of the times we put blame on parents, but at the end of the day, they aren't teachers. They don't have any resources and they want their kids to do well. And so I feel like it's partially, if not completely, our responsibility to make sure that they have those resources. Not necessarily like printing them out and giving them everything, but letting them know what they can have access to or access off the internet. Because I had a mom that was like, yeah, I just got these flashcards. And I was kind of like, wait, you don't already have those? You know what I mean? And so, and since she's been using them, her kid's already getting better. And so it was a really kind of an aha moment for me as a new teacher, making sure parents are aware of resources that exist out in the world that they can get their hands on. So that was my main takeaway I wanted to talk with you guys about. Other than that, my conferences went really well. I had a lot of parents not show up. Oh, something else. I might have talked on it, I might not have. If my parents don't show up for our conference, I do not take the time and effort to try to reschedule. I had 5 days, 4 hours a day to try and get you into conference. This is not for me, it's for you. And if you want a conference for your kid, you can reach out to me. Other than that, I just send everything home in their folder on Monday and then we move on. So I know that's hard for a lot of people because you feel like you really need to talk to all the parents, but I don't really have a problem putting it on them. I see their kids every day, I know how they're doing, so. Okay, that's gonna wrap up the kind of conference reflection part of this vlog. I have done a couple things as far as prep goes throughout the week. So I quickly just wanna show you what to expect for next week. First things first, as I mentioned earlier, this might be the first week where I'm gonna have everything prepped. And I have succeeded, other than my homework folder, my homework packets, which I'm putting together right now. That's the only thing I have to do for next week, which is insane. So let me show you a couple other things that I've prepped and gotten ready for next week. So as we're wrapping up this Explore unit, our next unit is Traditions All Around the World. And I purchased this unit off Teachers Pay Teachers that you will see unfold throughout my vlogs. But basically, the kids have a Holidays Around the World book that I just binded with our little fancy binding machine here, and these are all the reading passages and everything they're going to need for that unit, which is awesome. They also get little passports and suitcases to use as we go throughout the unit. Again, I'll share more about that with you. What else have I done? I did a lot of copying, just like reading logs, spelling lists, things like that, which felt really good, just things that you always just don't want to do. I made this anchor chart for our annotating. In theory, I should have been doing this all year, but we're really just gonna start diving into it next week. So I did that. And pretty much everything else was just printing and copying. And now that I'm like trying to show you things, I'm like, well, there really isn't that much to show. But I got a lot done, just take my word for it. So I'm just gonna end this vlog here. I know it was a quick one, but I just wanted to show you the end of conferences and how I'm feeling about everything and just share my takeaways with you. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed, make sure to hit that little button. And then if you click the bell, you don't miss any videos. I am gonna be in my classroom tomorrow on a Saturday, I know. But I'm gonna be decorating for Christmas and I'm really excited because I'm gonna vlog that that whole transformation. I say transformation, but I don't think I'm gonna do anything crazy. If you have any like must-do Christmas classroom decor ideas, please, please, please comment them down below. I need any help and all the help I can get. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you guys so much. I love you so much. I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye.